In the quiet, sun-scorched village of Emerin, where women rise before dawn to fetch muddy water from faraway streams, hope finally arrives in the form of a government water project. Something the villagers had only dreamed of. The government sent Okoma Engineering Solutions to help alleviate the sufferings of Emerin people. Arriving in the village was a man named Okoma, a young, brilliant engineer with a reputation that reached beyond towns and borders. He was the project engineer of the water project at Emerin Village. The villagers were happy and welcomed Okoma to their village. Among them was Adora, a bright-eyed 21-year-old woman who lives with her widowed mother and often brings warm meals to the strangers, bringing change to her village. What begins as kindness turns into curiosity as Adora listens to Okoma explain how boreholes are drilled, how pressure keeps water flowing, and how even the earth can be persuaded to give life. In the evenings under a tree, Okoma and Adora share more than words, dreams, laughter, lingering glances, and slowly something soft and sacred begins to bloom between them. The village elders noticed how close Adora has become very close to Okoma with her irregular visit to him. They were very uncomfortable with what they saw, and called Adora, tried to warn her, and at the same time advised her to stay clear of Okoma, but she wouldn't listen. Rather, she paid deaf ears to their advice because she has already fallen for Okoma. After 4 months, the project is complete, clean water gushes from taps, children cheer, elders were very happy the success of the project, and just when Adora thought they'd have more time, Okoma leaves without warning, before the sun has even risen. Days stretch into weeks with no message from Okoma, no letter, no sign, and Adora, broken but proud, learns she is carrying the child of a man who once promised the world through his eyes. The elders of the village were furious with her, telling they warned her but she didn't listen, while her helpless mother looked helpless. In the modest room she shares with her mother, Adora gives birth to a boy with quiet strength in his gaze, and names him Chisholm. God is with me, a prayer, a promise, and a lifeline all in one. Chisholm grew asking questions few can answer, and showing signs of the same thoughtful intelligence his mother once saw in his father. At 21 years of age, Chisholm sat his mother down one night asking questions about his father because he has become a laughingstock among his peers that he has no father. His mother had no choice but to open up and told him the whole true story. With nothing more than a name and an old photo, Chisholm leaves the village, his mother's blessing in his heart, to search the city for a man he's never met but somehow already knows. After days of wandering, questioning strangers, and walking city streets with tired feet, Chisholm finally stands in front of a sleek glass building with Okoma Engineering Solutions written across the front, his heart pounding louder than traffic. Chisholm entered the building and was directed to Okoma's office. Sitting before him was a man with graying temples and a familiar jawline. Looks up from his desk, and time stills as Chisholm quietly says, "My name is Chisholm. I think I'm your son," and told him about Adora. At that moment, Okoma's world collapses inward, memories of Adora flowed back, he was tangled in guilt and awe. Okoma couldn't hold back his feelings anymore, with tears in his eyes he rose and embraced his son. Both of them holding tight and the joy of their reunion. Okoma asked more about Adora and Chisholm told him how she tried reaching him with no avail, and how she had to cater for him all alone with no help with the little she had. Because she had to drop out of school because of the pregnancy. Over the next few days, Okoma clears his schedule, and father and son, still strangers, still unsure, begin to talk. He took him round the city trying to build the years of lost bonding of father and son and slowly stitch something back together with each honest conversation. Okoma, carrying years of silence and a newfound resolve, returns to Emerin for the first time in nearly 2 decades, this time not with machines, but with his son by his side. As they approach the small mud house near the edge of the village, Adora steps outside, eyes wide, hands frozen at her sides, and when her gaze moves from Okoma to the boy beside him, she already knows. With a voice roughened by time and remorse, Okoma says, "Adora, I'm sorry. For leaving. For everything," and she, after a long silence and trembling breath, replies, "You broke something in me, but you also gave me the greatest gift I've ever known." The three stood together and hugged themselves in the fading sun, no longer the same people they once were, but still connected by something deeper than wounds, truth, time, and Adora and Okoma reunited again.